You have two paths ahead of you. Consider the two images in the thumbnail that made you click on this video. One of those is the legs of a 74-year-old triathlete. One of them is the legs of a 74-year-old sedentary man. Who do you think feels better at their age? My dad, who's in his 60s, was a semi-professional footballer in his youth. He was an athletic 6'4" centre-back. And now, in his 60s, my dad isn't able to run anymore. He's had a knee replacement, a heart attack, and his muscles have broken down so much from poor lifestyle decisions and misuse that he can barely walk without pain, let alone run. I consider it my duty as his son to ensure those things don't happen to me. And it should be your responsibility too. In Time magazine, there was this quote: "If there was a drug that could do for human health everything that exercise can, it would likely be the most valuable pharmaceutical ever developed." We always hear about how exercise is good for your health and your heart, whatever that necessarily means. And we all know that. But do you know that exercising more often is directly correlated with earning more money? That if you exercise, your cognitive function increases. In fact, a molecule in your brain called BDNF, a protein, it stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor, increases. This molecule maintains your brain cells and promotes their growth. Exercise is one of the best treatments for depression and anxiety that we have. Our mental health is directly coupled with our physical health, and it doesn't require a gym membership or loads of equipment to get started. The benefits of walking alone are well documented, and now that the weather is better, what is stopping you from going on a short 20-minute walk? What is stopping you from doing it, besides you? And this is the section of the video where I remind you that watching this video does nothing. You must act upon what you're listening to here. If you're still listening, you clearly care. And you have to use it or lose it. This applies so truly to our muscles and our physical ability. Set some standards for yourself, for God's sake. Can you run a mile without stopping? Can you do a pull-up? A push-up? When I realized I couldn't do a pull-up or a push-up, although I could run a mile, I was ashamed of myself. And you should be too. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength which his body is capable of. Socrates said that. The Greeks knew it. And 2,500 years later, after his death, we are still parroting the same points. Only now we know that there are even more benefits to staying active and engaging our bodies regularly, and yet we don't. Consider what that says about us. That we know what we should be doing, and we don't do it. Do we want to be a hypocrite? I'm sure that a lot of us can list the benefits of exercise, but who can list their workout regime? Who can say that the last time they exercised was today? Who can hold their hand up and say that they are taking care of their physical health every single day? If you can't answer yes to those questions, you have a decision to make. Which path will you take? Will you become the sedentary old man? Will you become like my dad, who isn't able to run in his 60s? Or will you set an example to yourself, to the people around you, and not only your children, but your children's children, with your focus on true physical fitness? If you want to find out how I'm progressing along my path, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, watch this video on the simplest way to improve.